Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Classroom of the Elite Season 4 Episode 5 and 6 reaction. Two episode reactions, and with that I will be caught up to Classroom of the Elite and I can, like every single week I'll upload one reaction video. So the previous video uh, that I uploaded, it had 4 episodes in it, so I reacted to 4 episodes, the first batch of episodes that came out, and we got to see a new situation where a new student who is from the White Room has come, and his main goal is to expel Anakoji. So it's like a whole, imposter type of, like there's like a lot of new first years and we have to figure out who it is, that kind of thing. Anakoji, not only Anakoji, everyone was going to be paired up with someone from the first years for an exam, and that became the biggest threat for Anakoji because, like if some way or the other the imposter becomes Anakoji's partner, he can drag him down. So, like that was like the whole thing. We met quite a few new characters, Hosen and I forgot the girl's name. God damn it. Anyways, I'll remember after I start watching again. Hosen and that girl, they were like the ones in the most focus, and we got to see in the end how Ainokoji was able to make Hosen his partner after confirming that he's not the imposter. And like a lot of mind games as always, like stuff like that. Yeah, and that's what happened in the end. uh, the exam is over, and things are looking okay now. Apparently the imposter has gone against what was ordered to him. So, like the assassin is not assassin, sorry, the imposter. The imposter is, nobody knows he's going to do. Now I think the imposter, I said it already in the previous video, I think the imposter is what was his name, Yagami. Yeah, because he had no conversation with, he was the only character, new character, who didn't talk to Anakoji at all. Like that is one of the things that is bothering me the most. And also the fact that his face screams that he's someone who has some kind of hidden side. That's it. And a few other things as well, which kind of like bugged me the wrong way. But I think that it's him. Either way, we'll see. Like let's wait and see if my like deduction is correct or not. Either way, let's get started. Episode number 5 first, and then I'm going to react to episode 6, and then I'm going to talk about both the episodes. So let's begin. Right, so episode 5 reaction. I will put the timer here, sync the timer to the video you're watching, and sync it alongside my video, watch it alongside me, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What's happening here? Oh, I know Koji. What? Right. Man, shut up. Yeah. Damn, he's actually spot on. Well, Okay. 20 million man. Well, with the right. Yeah. Okay. Right, here we go. Questions. Yeah, good point. It was like, what the hell is going on? Um, what? Hmm. Next to each other when we first arrived. Wait, what? No, what is this? Oh, this is the direction they're going. Wait, did Koji predict that Horikita's going to? Hmm. Right. Good question. Oh, so we're going this direction now. All right. Okay. We will be all, yes, work together and we can help him out. Right. Uh. Okay. My question is, did Anokoji and Horikita pre-plan this whole thing, or is Horikita doing this on his own, her own? Okay. Yeah. Damn. Oh, the stab wound. Nobody's asking about the bandage in the hand. Okay. Hmm. Wow. Oh boy. Hmm. All right. Uh. Yeah. Well, he is. Oh wait, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what has brought them this far, so you know. Uh, right. His deadpan face is just so. Oh boy. Oh, my friends are here. That big brain of yours. Oh my god. Damn. Yeah. That's also out of the bag. Hmm. Nice. Alright, let's go to school. Yeah, so she did it herself. Okay. 20 million point. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Right. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think Nagumo's going to do it like this because he said that he wants to make things interesting. No, 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 no. I don't think it's Nagumo. And he said he wants to make this a. Wanted me to join any tradition. Damn. Hmm. Wait, what? The student council? Oh, she's saying to go with her. Okay, never mind. I thought she was saying like join me in the student council. All right, here we go. Ugh. Hmm. Damn. Right. It's fine. Only it's good out of this. Well, that's it. She's just in, I guess. Hmm. I don't think so. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sure, bro. Yeah. Right. But I don't. His face is just. I don't know, man. Like his deadpan face is just. Oh my god. Right. What the hell? Who the hell is? Oh, it's freaking. What's her name? Mm, yeah. What is this? What? Cook for her? Yeah. Oh look, I brought some groceries. I knew she was gonna do that. What is this? Why are you that? Right. Why? Why is she? Uh, that's forbidden by rules. Oh lord. Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah, you stole my freaking knife. Yeah. Okay. Long story. Oh God, she's just blabbering about everything. Yeah, you think you're what? Yeah, you saying this is all part of your plan? Nah, I doubt that. Hmm. Well, hmm. What was her name? Nanase, right? Uh, hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, great. Hmm. Hmm. Right. First year who got expelled over the. He realized and knew how important it is. Damn, the timing. Oh, I don't think it's just going to be a simple summer vacation. Right. No special test will occur. Well, there's the catch. Over the summer break. What? In my summer break? Why? What the hell is this? Summer break is supposed to be a break, not freaking survival game. Like, you know. God damn. Well, I guess they are giving us like a luxury cruise trip after that, so. Still, what if someone just wants to chill in their house instead of going on a, like, like a expensive vacation? Oh boy. All right, let's move on to the next one. Episode number 6. Let's get started. Right, I'll be putting the timer over here. Sync the timer to the original video and watch it alongside my reaction. Yeah, let's begin. Okay, so here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa. I'll read it later. Scale. Okay. All class years will be competing at once. Hmm. Up to 6. Class years will be based on small groups. Like today, you'll be choosing partners from your small groups. Koenji. Koenji. He's like, he'd be like, oh, I'm better alone. Oh my god. Hmm. Damn, Koenji initiating conversation himself? Student decides to take the special taste and not free. Good question. No, I think. Wow. Yeah. What? Yo. Oh, he knows. Boy. Oh boy. Damn, now Iron Coach is on top of the stairs. I don't think he's gonna tell you. Really? Damn. That is a good point. Mhm. See that you can partner with anyone in a year. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. That's 8 so far ahead. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we'll become the enemy. Right. Was a full celebration. Yeah. Hmm. Take first on your own. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. Focus on the group formation. With expulsion. Okay, bottom five groups will be expelled. Okay. Right. Hmm. Hmm. What the? Yeah. Albert? What? His name was Albert, right? Oh, right. Right. With someone from B class. Yeah. Give it 20 million points and Vulcan. I don't think he wants that. What? What? I don't think so. I think it's their own plan. Yeah, there you go. Rune's not gonna make a plan like this. Wow. Wait, is that really? The voice actress? Yeah. Place at the top of the islands. Kind of. Hmm. Right. Okay. Well, Anukoji already got an invitation. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Alright, bro. Yeah, what is this Sundre? Okay. Great. Yeah. Alright, bro, you are an. Who? Right, yeah, you are a freaking moron. Yeah, you're the one who. What is wrong with this guy? Ah, good lord. Who the hell is this? Right. Trial card. 8 types of cards with different effects. Increasing a class point under shift. Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. Right. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Right. Bro, you are. Okay, yeah, that's a good point, I guess. But yeah. Okay, this guy's annoying me now. Yeah, you act like a dumb idiot in front of her. Obviously, she's gonna. Good lord. I don't think he's gonna just. Yeah. Hmm. What the? Is there someone else here? What is going on? Yeah, like. ah, Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Why? You might get sold out. Yeah. Damn, Anukuj already got two invitations. One is from Ishizaki and the. There he is. Bro, we just talked about this. Wait, who's this? I don't remember her. Bruh. Just a good guy. Wow. Your last one. Better than you. Hmm. Yeah, but this is like involved with the test. Damn. What should I do? Uh. Right. Yeah, but like as Anakoji said, EK is impossible. Well, I don't think he's going to do that. Damn. Uh. Okay. Well. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh my god. Hmm. Right. Okay. Solo first place. There's a way to save you regardless. Get enough private points to save you. Yeah, but each person wins a million points per shot. Right. Hmm. Let's talk of it. I'll get to the money. Should have me expelled last until the start of the second term. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. It's an interesting combination. Rate you're going in. Return to class B, later on reach class A. Later on. Damn! You know what? I agree with Sakanagi. A way through effort and friendship. Hmm. Yeah, but hmm. Able to bear offense even when the odds are against us. Whew. Is she telling them to team up or something? Ah, boy, here we go. Like I said. Hmm. Little to offer us. Yeah, like trust and friendship, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's not wrong. Hmm. Oh, wow. Damn, she called her out. Hmm. Enough points to prevent three people's expulsion. Ooh. Well, you're the one who came with the proposal. Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Interesting alliance here. Damn, so Takane was going to scam Ichino and just get her cooperation for free. That's what she was planning on doing. But when Ichino called her out, she was like, "Alright, bro, I'm gonna pay you if that's gonna make you accept." Hmm. Hmm. Alright, and there you go. That was episode number 6. So, episode 5 and episode 6 both are over. I'm going to talk about both the episodes. First and foremost, uh, as a whole, we are going to have a new exam here. Not exam really, but like a survival test, which will be taking place in the summer vacation. I think that's what they mentioned. And like based on like this results, they're going to get like some sort of like a cruise vacation later on. But that's for later, I guess. For now, we have to focus on this survival test because this is going to be like a huge scale test. Anyone can team up with anyone. A huge island. It's like a bigger version of the previous surviving in an island test that we had. And I think they already mentioned it, which is like at the end, like the lower five teams are going to get expelled. something like that. So okay, you know what, let me read the rules first. Okay, first and foremost, deserted island survival dates: July 19th set out, July 20 to August 3rd special test, August 4th to 10th cruise. Okay, that's the cruise free time. And August 11 return. Activity ends. So cards. All students will receive one of the following 8 cards of kinds of cards at random. Cards can only be traded to students of the same year. Oh, okay. In different classes. No trade backs allowed. The same year in different classes. Wait, so only be traded to students of the same year in different classes. So you cannot trade it with one of your own classmates. Okay. Basic cards. Lead off. Holder may use 50% of more points at the start of the test. What? 50% more points at the start. Okay. Supplement. Doubles private points earned by the holder. Halves private point penalties inflicted on the holder. Okay. Bandwagon. Holder designates a group at the start of the test. Half of the private point rewards earned by that group. Holder designates a group at the start of the test. Half of private point rewards earned by that group. Nothing written after that. Okay. Insurance gives holder a single day to recover in case of ill health that would otherwise force a dropout. Okay. Then we have special cards. Reinforcements. Holder can exist as the 7th person in a group. Whoa. Male/female ratio. Negate. Holder pays no private points when paying a penalty. Trial. Holder may increase class points awarded by 50%. However, okay, we can read anything after that. Okay, there was another section where they showed like a little, let me check. Okay, the class points earned by the top 3 groups will be transferred from the years of the bottom. What? The class points earned by the top 3 groups, okay, will be transferred from the years of the bottom 3 groups. I don't understand what this line means. Class points earned by the top 3 groups, okay, will be transferred from the years of the bottom 3 groups. So whatever the top 3 groups will earn, that amount of points will be transferred from the bottom 3 groups to, like, what? Class point will be split equally between classes in the group regardless of the number of members rounded. Class points earned by the top 3. Okay, I not understand what they're saying. But yeah, the split equally, it makes sense. Okay. Rules. Group composition. Groups of up to 3 people. Up to 4 for first years. Okay. Must be formed by 7/16. Classes and members. Small groups must be of students from the same year. Okay. But not necessarily the same class. Okay. So we can like make a group with, like, other classes, like, as well, but not from the different year. Male female ratio. If a group is mixed gender, at least 2 out of 3 of the group must be girls. Wait, what? Why? What type of a rule is this? Okay, whatever. Large group formation. After the special test begins, large groups of up to 6 people can be formed. Okay, so after the special test begins, large groups up to 6 people can be formed. Large group conditions. Large groups consisting of 4 or more people must contain at least 50% girls. Okay. Dropouts and penalties. If all members of a group are unable to continue the test and drop out, they will fail the test and receive a penalty. Right. Okay, so that is like the rules, like a nutshell. There were, I'm sure there are like more rules. They haven't really properly given it to us, but yeah, we'll figure it out little by little. So for now, at least, we are going to be dealing with this new exam. Not exam, but this survival test. Exam, yeah, whatever you call it. So, right. Now, this happens in episode 6. Let me talk about episode 5 first. Episode 5, we get to see like a little bit of an aftermath of the whole situation in the previous episode, where Ayano scored like perfect marks, and everyone's like, what the hell is going on? How the hell is Ayano like this smart, or how did he get this much marks, even when Sakayanagi and was not able to get that much? So like, what the hell is going on? And if he's that smart, why did he hide it from us? Did he cheat? This and that, blah blah blah, all these things, and then we have like them just discussing about that. People are not happy with Ayano, and right, so Chabashira Sensei asks Ayano as to what he's going to do, and he's like, I'm going to deal with it. But the thing here is, Ayano didn't even need to deal with it. So this was my question while reacting. I was like, was this a pre-made plan between Ayano and Horikita, that they already decided that, okay, if something like this comes up, Horikita is going to say something like this? Turns out no. As we get to know later on, this was something that Horikita herself came up with to interject in the middle and like give an excuse like this. So Ayano probably, I don't know what Ayano decided how to kind of calm the whole thing down. I don't know what he planned on doing, but he didn't need to do that, because Horikita kind of like already took like steps in that direction. So according to Horikita is the one who got to know about Ayano extremely gifted academic abilities and told him to hide it until he needs to reveal it, which was now. And that's why he has been hiding it up until now. So it's actually a very good, I guess you could say, excuse, not excuse, but like a very good cover up for this whole thing. Because obviously Ayano and Horikita, they always talk with each other and like plan stuff, so people do know that. So they immediately, they kind of were like, all right, makes sense. Like Ayano probably already had this conversation with Horikita, and Horikita told him to keep this hidden. But obviously they still had like a little bit of like questions. They were like, oh, why suddenly reveal it now, this and that, all these things. And I love how Horikita kind of completely just like flipped the whole thing in a different direction here. So at first she was like, oh, I was keeping it hidden because I didn't want other groups or other classes to know about this, and he would be like a trump card at the end. And like, if I can trick my friends, my obviously like that proverb, what's that word, like like, if you have to trick your allies, trick your friends first, or something like that. Something like that, as Horikita kind of said that, oh, this is why I did it. And then everyone was like, sure, but why did you suddenly decide to reveal it? At which she's like, oh, because I think our group has come a long way together, and I trust everyone to have each other's back. I genuinely think that Horikita definitely believes it, but it just felt so kind of like, what can I say? like I don't know, like such a cunning move in this situation, where she, from a certain like way the conversation was going, she shifted it in such a like a good direction where nobody can even really interject in any way. Like, because Horikita's like, yeah, because we've come a long way, we've grown together as a group. That's why I believed that even if this is revealed, everyone will have Ayano back. So she's like putting them in the spot and being like, yeah, you guys are not people like that, right? That is going to exploit this or make this a bigger deal. So yeah. But like I said, I don't think this is something that Horikita calculated and made this like a whole big brain plan. I genuinely think she believes it, and I believe it as well, because it is true. Like, their group has come quite a long way in the first season. Like, nobody really knew each other that much, and we didn't have this much of an unity. But after going through so many seasons, like 3 seasons, this is the 4th season, at least a little bit of unitedness, and not unitedness, well, unity, sorry, I don't know if that's even a word. A little bit of unity has formed between them. There's like little groups that kind of trust each other. The whole class also kind of trust each other to have their backs after going through all these trials and tribulations. It makes sense. So So yeah, so there you go. Anyways, I just found it funny because the way Horikita kind of like switched the whole like conversation in that direction was some sort of master manipulator way of doing it. But this is Horikita. I genuinely think that wasn't her intention. She genuinely said that from the bottom of her heart. Uh, but anyways, right. So there you go. So that was that. That took care of that. We have what's his name? I always forget his name. The glasses guy. Kanzaki, was that his name? I'm forgetting his name. Anyways, he felt a little bit kind of betrayed, because it makes sense, like as they mentioned, as Anakoji said, that I'm sorry, like you were teaching me believing that I was not good academically, and now it turns out that I was better than everyone, so it must feel a little bit like like disrespectful to you, because it's as if like I knew about everything and I was still like like it's like a weird type of a situation. So it makes sense for him to be like more angry towards Ayano Koji than the others, because he genuinely believed that Ayano Koji needed help and helped him. But now it turns out that Ayano Koji was better than everybody, and he was teaching someone who was better than him. So it's like like yeah, it's like a weird type of situation. So he apologized specifically to him, and he was like, it's fine, like there you go. Then we had that whole confrontation with Ichinose. What was his name? Oh no, sorry, not Kanzaki. Kanzaki is the guy from the Ichinose's class. What is his name? The glasses guy. I forgot his name. Anyways, so yeah, Ichinose group, the conversation with Ichinose and Kanzaki happened here. Kanzaki is not really trusting Ayano Koji, and Ichinose is like, I'm sorry, like this and that, like like, and Ayano Koji just casually uses his like natural charm or whatever the hell you call it to just make Ichinose, yeah. Either way, that's that. Then we had the whole conversation with Sudo as well. Sudo was like, it's fine, like, and he also kind of mentioned as to how, just like how he's academically good as well, whether he's strong as well or fighting ability is better as well than him. But then he was like, it's fine, like, because obviously at this point, like, he was literally there. So, like, seeing Anakoji react like that, he definitely realized that, what, I was struggling with Hosen, and Anakoji easily suppressed him that quickly. So Anakoji is definitely even hiding his own potential, like physical potential as well. So something like that. And there has been like a little slip up. If you remember before, there was one section where Anakoji asked Sudo like what is like a the thing, the grip strength thing. When he asked Sudo what is like a normal grip strength, and Sudo was just said casually whatever his grip strength was, and because he thought that was average, and Anakoji made that, and that turned out to be way higher. So that's another little slip up, if you remember, that Anakoji made before, about like when he was, like that kind of brought out his actual physical strength a little bit. So like yeah. Either way, like at least now in class, people know that Anakoji is hiding things because Horikita told him to. So if somewhere down the line, like Anakoji has to reveal another one of his trump cards, like his physical strength or his extreme intellect ability or something, people in our class at least won't be that surprised. They'll be like, oh, it's just one of those other things that Horikita told him to hide or something like that. Another good thing Horikita did here is when asked that, oh, is there anything else that Anakoji is hiding? She said that I cannot reveal it at this point, which is also a very good like thing, because she kept the potential in the future when Anakoji might need to use some sort of his ability or whatever. She kept the potential open, where now if he does that, the class would probably be like, oh, it's another one of those things. If Hoikita said something like, no, this is only it, he's only academically gifted or something, she would have been closing that potential in the future. And then if Anakoji had to reveal some of his trump cards in the future, again, like a whole question would start, and people would be asking, students would be asking, like, what the hell? You said that this is only it. So you are hiding stuff, more stuff from us. So she kept that open as well in a very good way. Now we can actually, kind of do things in front of other people instead of just hiding our ability or something. If needed, obviously, Anakoji is not someone to just flaunt his strength or whatever. he keeps everything low key, kind of under the radar. But if necessary, now he can do it. Now, then we had that whole section with Nagumo, where, okay, so apparently here, Horikita thinks Nagumo's the one who's put the bounty, but I don't think so, because, like Nagumo, saw this before. Nagumo, it's not that Nagumo wants to like kick out Ayanokoji or anything. He just wants to see something interesting happen. He just, like that. He's that type of a chaotic type of being. So someone like that, just solely focusing on one student to kick him out like this, like ganging up on him, is not something that he's going to do. I feel like I might be wrong though. I don't know, but I just don't think that is Nagumo's way of operating. Right. Either way. Uh, so yeah, then we had the conversation with Nagumo, and Horikita's like, I want to join, and Nagumo's like, why do you want to join? And she's like, oh, because I wanted to follow my, like I had this complex about my brother, that's why I came here. But now, after I've been able to overcome that complex, I want to see what my brother went through and what path he has been walking as a student council president. So and he's like, sure, like hop in, then you're part of the student council from here onwards. And just like that, I guess. Then we have had the whole K section as well, and then this, what's her name? I forgot her name. The knife girl. She comes in, low-key threatening Ayanokoji, and Ayanokoji's like, bruh, I don't have groceries. And she's like, oh, I brought groceries, so open the door. Oh boy. Anyways, so according to her, apparently, so this is what it is. So obviously, she screwed us over before by like giving that knife to Hosen and like leaking the information and all that. And now she's saying apparently she blatantly like made sure that she picked the knife so that Ayanokoji picks up on that, and that was her way of warning Ayanokoji about something might happen in the future. So she now flipped the script on her direction now. She's like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, and I agree that I'm the one who leaked the information, but that is exactly the reason why I acted that blatant while buying the knife, because I wanted you to pick up on my intentions so that you are more cautious about this. Wow, what a what a flip. Anyways, so that's, according to her, that's what she did. So yeah, Anakoji thinks for a moment that if she's the white room student, I don't think so. Like I don't think any white room student is going to be this blatant in on top of your face like this. So yeah. Either way, so that was that, and then we had the Nanase's thing as well, where Nanase, right? That's her name. Has a conversation with Ayanokoji, and Nanase says like, we are going to like target you specifically later on when there's like some interclass match again. Then we're going to target you. So that's why Hosen and their class hasn't really come and bother Ayanokoji at all after that, because they're waiting for that. And then lo and behold, we have another survival test, which will be this whole thing, this island survival thing. So that was the episode 5. And then in episode 6 we get to know the rules and regulations of the whole, not everything we get to know, but we get to know a few things about this whole like survival exam that's going to have. It's going to be something of a way bigger scale than we had before. All classes and everyone will be participating. You can make groups with almost anyone. All these things, the groups will be bigger, like 6 groups, like large groups. Is small, they're like 4 groups. All these things. And like all these little rules and regulations they kind of explain. Later on we see Koenji being like, oh, like what happens if I am like solo, and if I'm solo and I decide to just not do anything, and yeah, and if they're not feeling good at that day, what's going to happen? Sawashiro Sensei is like, yeah, I know why you're asking this question. But this year there'll be no, like, you won't be able to recover, and like using your points, private points, and you're just going to get expelled. So I don't think you should be doing that. Right. You know what? I think like in the previous season, or was it the season before that, someone mentioned to me like that, this staircase this staircase represents like the, I don't know, like the power, like the hierarchy or whatever, like the true like status of students. So if you remember, there was like an ending song in, I think it was season 2 or something. I don't remember which season, with this whole staircase where different characters are like the top, at the bottom, and everything. And Anakoji was like always at the top. You know, I here I feel like the same thing happens again, where Koenji is standing on top of the staircase and Chabashiro Sensei is at the bottom. And then when Anakoji comes in, Koenji shifts to the bottom, and Anakoji is like a little bit at the higher staircase, showing again the power dynamics, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, Koenji is still a mystery. Like nobody knows what the hell he can do and what he's capable of doing. He might be just like, in the end, it might just get revealed that just he's just a poser. But I don't think that's going to happen. He genuinely is pretty damn strong. We've seen little bits and pieces of his abilities before, so yeah. But either way, he just doesn't want to do anything. And he tells Anakoji that, oh, I want to join you guys, and Anakoji is like, nope, you are someone that is like a, like a, what do you call it, like a mystery box. Like, nobody knows what's going to come out of you, so you might just decide to just leave in the middle of the test. So then what? So nope, someone like you, we cannot, like, I cannot accept you in any group. And he's like, all right, sure, like, like, and then he just leaves. All right. Anyways, later on they come up with the whole thing where apparently they're thinking that all the classes might band together to take out class A, you know, because that's one way to do it. And right, and then Horikita and Anakoji talks about the whole situation, and they decide whether Anakoji is going to need a group or not. And Horikita is like, I think you can probably do it on your own. But Anakoji is like, really? Like, I don't know about that. But anyways, they come with that, they have that conversation. That then Anakoji gets kidnapped by Albert, Ishizaki, and Hiyori. And they're like, oh, join with one of us, group up with one of us. Apparently they didn't reveal this to Ryuen. Okay, wait a minute. Is Hiyori voice acted by Rie Takahashi? Wait a minute. I have to check, because I think so. Like, that voice. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's Rie Takahashi. Well, I was right. Okay, so they have that conversation, and Anakoji is like, are you sure you don't want to tell Ryuen about this? Because he's not going to be happy when this comes out, all that stuff. Either way, Anakoji is like, I cannot really, like, say anything concrete now. So he keeps this whole thing kind of, he's like, I'm not making any decisions of whether I want to make a group or not. I'll decide on it later. So that is that. And then we have the whole, what's his name? Ike, right? Ike and that girl, that whole thing. And this freaking idiot is just so, like, what can I say? Whatever. I genuinely, I don't know. I feel like Kushida did that deliberately, right? Like, she just comes in and she's like, oh, like, Ike-kun, like, apparently this person wants to talk to you about joining their group. And Ike, like a blabbering idiot, he's like, sure, like, yeah, let's go. And just, obviously, that pissed her off. What's her name? Again, I don't remember her name. It pissed her off. And she's like, sure, go whatever the hell you want to. I don't care. And she decides to join up with this guy from Class B. What was his name? Komiya. Right. So yeah, like I said, I feel like Kushida actually deliberately did that to put that like wedge between those two. I don't know. I might be wrong though, but who knows? Um, okay, but yeah, like I feel like he if he acts like a freaking idiot like that, you deserve what came towards your way. Like, god damn it, man. Like, like, who acts like that? Whatever. Like, You know what? Like there were like a few characters in this show that kind of pisses me off. One is this guy, this Ike kid, and the other was that freaking guy. What was his name? He got expelled. Yamazaki or whatever the hell his name was. Um, absolute annoyances. And this guy is acting like an absolute idiot here as well. So great. Um, okay, so Anakoji got one of the cards, the trial card. So you may increase your class points awarded in the special taste by 50%, but if you're not in the top 30% of your groups, your group will receive a penalty. Extra points will be provided by the school. Right, so there you go. So he's like, all right, like, let's see, like, if I can trade it off or what happens, we'll see. So, we'll think about what to do with that later on. And then we had the whole thing with Ike, as like, like coming into an argument with her, and she's like, oh, I already made my plans with Komiya, I'm going to join his group, blah blah blah. And then they go and kind of see what's going on. Hirata was also there, so Anukoji tells Hirata to keep an eye on them. And then Anukoji comes and talks with this girl, Matsushita, or whatever her name was. I forgot her name. There's so many characters in this show that I forget the names. And it's not helping. The art style change is also not helping. Sometimes I'm like, who's this person? And then, like, I kind of remember. Right. Anyways, so okay, so she tells to make. She's like, okay, join group up with me. But Anakoji's like, I'm not planning anything now. Later, like, so Anakoji already has 2 invitations. Damn. And she gives him her number. Anakoji then contacts Ishizaki to ask about that guy. What was his name? I forgot his name already. Just a minute. Komiya, yeah, Komiya. Okay. So, like, they kind of have a conversation about that. Okay, then Horikita and Anukoji also has a conversation where Anukoji tells Horikita about the situation. Horikita's like, just leave them alone. Let them deal with their own relationship problems. But Anukoji's like, no, but this is going to affect, like, Ike, which is going to affect our class. So, I don't know if we should just let this go like that. Right, so there we go. That was that. And then we had Kei having a conversation with Anakoji. Now, this is where Anakoji tells Kei that I'm going to go solo. But Kei's like, that's great, but, like, I wish that you could help me and, group up with me and then help me out. Because, like, if their group gets expelled, then that'll be a problem. So Ainokoji was like thinking like, okay, if I can give some of my points to her, but it's still not enough, to take her out of the expulsion zone. So Ainokoji says like, okay, I'll figure something out, So, and you can see in his head, Ainokoji is thinking that he doesn't want to involve Kei because this whole situation with this game that is happening here with the whole bounty thing and everything, he just doesn't want Kei to get involved in this. So that's why he's going solo. And not only Kei, I feel like he's going solo because he doesn't want to involve anyone in this, unless and until it's someone who is of like the same caliber as him, who he can completely trust to have their own back or something like that. So, Now, then comes the interesting part of today's episode where Sakayanagi and Ichinose comes up with a alliance. Now, this part was pretty funny because because you can see at the end that Sakayanagi came here to just scam her away and get Ichinose's cooperation for free. But Ichinose called her out on that, and that's why in the end she's like, alright, fine, I'll pay. That's literally what happened. Like, she comes up and she's like, oh, like, Ichinose, you know what? You guys are going to just fall off completely. Because what do you guys have? Friendships, like power of friendship? Like, that's all you have. You guys are not growing. So you're just going to fall off in the middle. That is why I'm giving you a proposal of joining with you. Now, obviously, Ichinose says, like, why? Like, why are you giving me this proposal where I have something to gain, but you don't? Like, what's it in for you? At which, which is a good question. And Sakayanagi is like, oh, it's because you guys have something that most of the other groups don't have. That is trust. I trust you guys to not betray me, which is true. She's not wrong. Like the only group class that can be trusted for now, at least, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, is Ichinose's group, because Ichinose is someone who is a leader that everyone believes in wholeheartedly. No other groups have this. Like, no other groups have this. So it is true. If Ichinose decides to cooperate with Sakayanagi, nobody in their group is going to go against that. And that is a fact. And Sakayanagi knows that. And that's why she's like, yeah, that is why I'm doing this. Because if I group up with some other people, they might just stab me in the back. But if I have your cooperation, I'll be guaranteed that nobody will try to backstab me from the back, going against your, like, wishes and orders. Now, it was going pretty well because, it's a very good argument and everything. But then Ichinose is like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to scam me. Like, you are afraid that all the other groups are going to gang up on you. So that's why you're trying to get my class's cooperation, so that at least you're not alone in this. You can have some sort of backup with, like a group. At which she's like, alright, bro. Like, how much do you want? So at first, Sakayanagi says like 3 persons worth of points to not get expelled, but Ichinose is like, nope, I want 5 persons. He's like, alright, like, so they have made up their alliance, and there you go. That is that. And that's where it ended. So great episodes, 2 more episodes we had, and let's see what happens. Like, let's see whether Anakoji really goes solo, or if he actually at the very end decides to team up with someone. We'll see. So there you go. That was episode number 5 and 6 reaction of Classroom of the Elite Season 4. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Now, this was episode 6. I've caught up with all the episodes. So episode 7 reaction, I think Classroom of the Elite episodes come out like, I don't know exactly when. Is it like Wednesday or something? Sometimes like that it comes out. But I won't be reacting to that on that particular day, on that exact day. I will be reacting to it on this day. Like when this episode gets released. So, like, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So next week, like 7 days later, you're going to get my episode 7 reaction. I just wanted to mention that. So yeah. So I'll see you guys next week with episode 7 reaction. So yeah, until then, goodbye and have a nice day.